In our society, it's hard for us to wrap our heads around the fact that someone likes to be alone. You'd think they're such a loser that they can't make any friends, or there's something wrong with them. High-value men prove these conventional mindsets wrong. They don't prefer being alone for the show. In fact, these men actually enjoy being unattached. Their best capabilities come out to shine when they're flying solo. Why do you think that is? Why would someone pass up on the opportunity to be hitched and rather be alone? The reasons are simple, but they're so mind-opening that they'll change your perspective of life. Number 10. They're self-reliant. Most men often don't enjoy being alone because they believe a woman will fill a void in their lives. But the truth is, most men don't enjoy their own company as much as they should. At the same time, high-value men are the embodiment of self-sufficiency and independence. They're not out there searching for a partner to fill a void in their lives. In fact, high-value men are perfectly content flying solo. Why is that? Because they've got it all covered. You would search for a partner because they'll make you feel alive, or simply having a woman would boost your self-esteem. High-value men don't need that. They create their own happiness, and they don't rely on external validation or a woman to boost their self-esteem. Now, don't mistake this for the fact that they're against relationships. No, it's just that they prefer the freedom that comes with solitude more than a superficial relationship. So if you're thinking of tying them down, think again. High-value men know that life is a journey, best traveled independently. Number 9. They love their independence. High-value men have a middle name. Do you know what it is? Freedom. These men live life on their own terms. Be it business or personal relationships, they don't let anyone take charge of things that have a direct impact on their lives. Picture this. You wake up in the morning, and there's no need to fret about pleasing anyone. That's the life high-value men cherish. They cherish their independence, and they don't want to carry the emotional baggage that often comes with a relationship. Independence is their superpower. Why would they want to give away their superpower just because society tells them to do so? Nope. They aren't searching for someone to hold their hand because they're on a mission to be self-reliant. And you should never expect these men to conform because they won't take the path that everyone has taken. They forge their own, and when they feel it's time to settle, they will, for the right reasons. Number 8. They don't trust people easily. When it comes to trusting people, especially women, high-value men don't mess around. Yes, these men, like everyone else, have been through the ringer. But the difference is, they learned their lesson in the first go. They don't have to repeat the same performance of heartbreak and betrayal. For them to trust someone, the person needs to prove himself to be trustworthy. If you expect them to give you the benefit of the doubt in your first interaction, you're wrong. And they don't want to go through the effort of trusting people again. It's a risk they'd rather not take. And it makes sense. When you're perfectly content being on your own, why would you want to make all the extra effort? You should chill out for a bit, enjoy your solo zone, and everything will fall into place. Number 7. They have very high standards. One of the things that makes a man high value is his standards. You don't go around the world being successful with low standards that everyone can meet. Nope. High-value men have sky-high standards. And it's not just that. They will never settle for anything less than the bar they've set. When it comes to picking a partner, they're not on the lookout for someone who's just beautiful. No, they want someone who can appease them with their intelligence and intellect. What kind of a boring life would it be if you couldn't have an intellectually stimulating conversation with your partner? They're after a partner who can match their brilliance, their kindness, and their inner and outer beauty. So high-value men prefer to stay single until they find that perfect match. Unlike every other man, they're not interested in dating just for the sake of it. Number 6. They're unconventional. If we had to define unconventional, high-value men would fit the glove perfectly. These men didn't build themselves to follow society's cookie-cutter path. They draw their own maps, and they follow their own roads. From careers to finding a partner, they have to take the off-beaten path, a path they design for themselves. High-value men don't play the game according to the rules that society dishes out, and they're fiercely unapologetic about it. The thing is, it's tough for people to understand their perspective because it doesn't align with conventional expectations. So high-value men know it's better to be alone because flying solo gives them the freedom to be themselves. without any judgment. Now, if you're just a status quo kind of guy, you'd be scurrying to find ways to fit in. One of the ways men think they blend in is by surrounding themselves with a plethora of people they don't even know. That's the definition of misery for high-value men. They're not here to blend in. They're here to break the mold. Number 5. They have a busy schedule. Relationships demand time, and that's one thing a high-value man doesn't have. These men have a tight-knit schedule and routine that they've crafted over the years. You don't amass so much success with 12 hours of your day free. These men are in perpetual motion, and relationships are the last on their radar. You see, they're all about channeling their energy into their careers and personal goals. They have big dreams and a to-do list, and they're not here to waste a second of their time. Socializing and having a few drinks in the bar with people you barely know sounds pointless to them. In fact, it's a waste of energy that they'd rather invest in some productive place. Their desire to become better every day keeps them busy with things that matter to them. And quite frankly, that's why dating or socializing doesn't top their priority list. They've got their eyes set on loftier goals, and nothing's going to stand in their way. Number 4. They're comfortable in their own skin. High-value men are proud of their personality, quirks, and every other trait they possess. Do you think they'll change themselves for anyone? Not a chance. If they cared about what other people think, then they would just be your run-of-the-mill beta males. This is also the reason some people call them arrogant and unapproachable. But that's really not it. They'll never be unkind to anyone, but they'll also not give you a grain of salt if they don't think you're worth it. These men are comfortable in their own skin. Oftentimes, women get into relationships with hopes that they can change their man into someone they want. Some men give in, some don't. High-value men, on the other hand, avoid this kind of situation completely. They don't need to morph into someone else's vision of them. Why would they work so hard all their life for someone else to tell them how to do things? That's why they enjoy being alone. It helps them stay true to themselves. Number 3. They hate drama. Relationships can quickly turn into drama on steroids, and that's the biggest turnoff for high-value men. These men are all about keeping their lives uncomplicated and drama-free. Why would you want to trade your freedom for a lifetime of drama and petty arguments? These men don't let relationships muddy their water of self-reliance. They love the tranquility of life, and they're perfectly fine without the excess noise and negativity. Imagine waking up every day and fighting over things you don't know that you did wrong. Who has that kind of time and mental capacity? Romantic entanglements, if not perfect, drain your energy, and the toxicity from that aspect of your life seeps into every other. So high-value men would rather be alone, enjoying peace and quiet, than get tangled up in all the nonsense. Number 2. They're a closed book. Most men consider themselves the open book type. It's easy for them to spill the woes of their life, even in front of a stranger. For high-value men, trusting people with their feelings is exactly like handing over the keys to Fort Knox. They're not keen on sharing the inner workings of their hearts. Opening up to someone is a different ballgame for them. More than anything, it's a trust thing, and it takes someone truly special to get access to them. When they finally do open up, it's because they feel incredibly comfortable to place their trust in them. Trusting people and sharing your thoughts leaves you vulnerable to them, and vulnerability is one word that's not in their playbook. So instead of rushing into things, they take their time to be alone, and it's a wonderful feeling for them. Number 1. They have high self-awareness. When you're not sure who you truly are, it's easy to feel empty and lost. To avoid feeling this way, men surround themselves with people so they can't distract themselves from the aimlessness of their lives. High-value men are nothing like this because they're highly self-aware individuals who use their inner instincts to guide them through life. They know who they are, what they stand for, and where they're headed. This self-awareness keeps them grounded, and it ensures that they never lose sight of their true selves. That's why they're the lone wolves. Being alone comes naturally to them, and they won't change this for anything. Enjoyed this video? Don't forget to give a thumbs up and stay tuned for the next one.